should be about done with school right now. And we've kind of just gotten started. We are really behind today. Our visitors left super early this morning. We were up way later than usual again last night. And just, I think, really since Saturday, I don't think any of us have actually gone to bed at our normal time. So, yeah, we're kind of sluggish and dragging a bit today. But we got Bible done. I read Heaven for Kids while they did their watercolor painting. After, please stop moving this. After, they did their watercolor painting to be their Bible journal after we did that. Now our little one is in there playing computer stuff. You're so helpful. The teen is doing his independent reading, which for him, he really does struggle with reading with the dyslexia, and it's something that is just very, he has a lot of anxiety about it. So he did find on his own, he got on his phone and found an audio book on YouTube reading through the book he's reading. You excited about that? So he listens to the audiobook and follows along with it while he's reading, and that's really helping him really understand and feel really good about it. And then I have Hatchet up here. I have a copy of it, so I'm also reading it on my own, so then we kind of discuss it. So he's doing that. Lily finally has finished her watercolor from her Bible journaling, so we're going to sit down and do her Good and the Beautiful lesson for today, and then we'll probably have to stop then and have lunch because it's already that time. Then we'll finish up, have Travis get his Good and the Beautiful done, and do math with everyone. We're going to continue to use the Ray's Practical Arithmetic this week and see how we like that. Have them do some extra math drills, which our son wasn't the biggest fan of having to do, but it's good for him and he needs it. Yes, huh? So, we're going to try to finish up school, even though it's ridiculously late. I have got at least a million projects that really need our attention. I was hoping we'd wake up early today and be on it because I'm going to have to run to the store and get a few things. Can we please not argue over Cheez-Its? Girls. Girls. Apparently we're arguing over Cheez-Its now. I guess that means that lunch does need to happen because they are starving. Gonna have to get to the store at some point today. I have computer work that desperately needs my attention for the homeschool site and for my business. And I really need to get a chicken coop built for our hens. That really, really needs to happen. I don't know. We'll have to see what wins today and what doesn't, because it's already halfway through the day and I don't think I'm going to be able to get to all of it. But I know it all really needs it. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you ready?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've noticed, but the poison ivy is taking over her face. We have, I think we have a poison ivy farm is what we have no matter what we do. But they keep chasing the chickens up this hill that is covered in poison ivy. No matter how many times I tell them, stop going over there. There's a ton of poison ivy. Stop chasing the chickens. What do we use to treat your poison ivy?
Aloe.
We have found our son is actually allergic to poison ivy. So whenever he gets it on him, his whole face swells up. It's horrible. We taken him to the doctors. He's tried everything else. What we have found that works so awesome. So if you ever have problems with poison ivy, get an aloe plant. Yep. Get an aloe plant. We keep one up here. And you just cut a little piece of aloe off. Yes, thank you. And now apply it to your face. Apply it to your ivy. Yep. You just take it, squeeze it, rub it on. Make sure you get the ivy on your hand too. And it is amazing how quickly the aloe will dry it up. You got some down here too.
It only took a few weeks last time.
Yeah, within days. It's amazing how much it.
You don't need any poison ivy medicine.
Yeah, the aloe does it. See, just rub it all on all your stuff. Already, just from last night of her rubbing it on there. I mean, it still looks bad, but it's drying it up already. So, if you live on a poison ivy farm like we do, make sure you have lots and lots of aloe plants. And I have found even like Lowe's now carries aloe plants. So we have.
Is aloe used for anything else?
Hold please, baby.
Hold, please.
Oh my goodness. Hold your sister.
Okay. Oh, aloe got in her face.
So,
Oh.
I just got, here are my collection O plants. I just got a bunch of these little aloe plants from Lowe's. I want to say they're maybe $5 each. Put them all in a pot here together, and we just keep it in here along with a butter knife so the kids can come in and just slice off little chunks as they get poison ivy. Get it all taken care of. So, natural, you can use aloe for anything, so you always want to have aloe plants around your house. Free-range chickens, now that we've totally opened up their little fence, means you go to open your door and all of these little chickens come running up to you like you're bringing them something. Hold on. Are you gonna go up there? Have fun.
Hey, that's my bobcat.
Don't scream.
My bobcat. Hey.
What you doing? You and your chicken hanging out?
Yep.
Hello, Miss Jella.
Back, back, back. She said, hello.
She said hello.
Yep.
She looks comfy hanging out there with you.
She said, yeah, I am comfy with her.
Look at these guys. Eat all of the yucky bugs that we don't want up in our house. She what?
Oh, jump off.
Chicken on the loose. Chicken on the loose. There's poison ivy, sweetie. See what I mean? No matter how many times I say, poison ivy, stop going on the hill. Maybe the aloe works too well, and that's why they're not that concerned. Sweetie, please. I hate seeing y'all eaten up by poison ivy. She'll come down in a minute. Let's go eat our lunch, and then you can come out and play with your chickens, okay? You're not hungry? You'd rather be with your chicken?
Yeah.
Okie doke. So, we've pretty much gotten school done. Half of our day is gone already because we were like incredibly behind. We just have to finish up their math lesson. Our teen is finishing up his Good and the Beautiful right now. Our little one really could care less about doing any school lesson today. She played some games on the computer, but now she is outside playing with chickens and has like all of her stuffed animals pulled out there and some like fully in very detailed game going on that I'm not going to interrupt. So she's off doing that. Lily, our big kid, she's gotten everything done, so she's good to go, minus the math lesson. I was sitting here thinking about all the things that have to be done, like, you know, the chicken coop has to be done. I have so much computer work. It's just ridiculous. I don't know how I always have so much computer work, but I do. I feel like I'm always drowning in computer work. And I'm walking around the house, you know, they're eating lunch and trying to get, you know, everything just finished up. And my house is a mess. And if you have read my ebook, Minimalist Home, the whole point of minimalism for me, what? You just want Legos, don't you? You want a dinosaur? Anyways, the whole point of minimalism for me stemmed from the fact that working from my home, homeschooling, liking not going out in public in general, so being home a lot, I get very overwhelmed when my house is a mess. So for me, the process of minimalism had a lot to do with clearing the clutter, getting rid of the stuff, because when it's everywhere and I feel like everything is a mess, it just stresses me out and I can't function and work. So I don't know, kind of my minimalism process that I go through, it's a reoccurring. That cat just flew down from the window, didn't she? This cat's insane. Nope, you knocked the leg off. For me, the process that we use for to minimize the stuff in our home that I share in our ebook, it's a reoccurring process. It's never going to stop. And especially for us, like there's a lot of people, a lot of things going on in our house. There's my husband and I. There's 4 children. There's my 2 brothers. We still have some stuff here from my mother-in-law living with us before we got her to the assisted living. Now we've got, 6 hens and 10 additional chickens and turkeys and dogs and cats. It's just, there's a lot going on. So no matter how much I minimize stuff down, if I don't continuously do it, stuff builds back up in our house at a rate that is, quite impressive. So as I'm walking around the house thinking of, okay, what am I going to focus on? Are we going to get out and build a chicken coop, or am I going to do, computer work? It's not on me. You know what? The house is too much of a mess right now. I'm feeling myself just getting too, it's too much. And I think today, although computer work needs to be done, the chickens need a new coop built, and all of that other stuff is very important and does need to be attended to, I'm going to clean the house today. We're going to finish up the stuff that has to be done with school. I'm going to let the kids play and enjoy this gorgeous day and have fun. And I'm going to put on some music, maybe get you down for a nap.
I got it.
Okay, the teenager has already volunteered to help with baby sister, so that I can just start from one end to the house to the next and just go through and clean and sort as much as I can possibly get done today. So at least at the end of today, I will feel like my house is in some form of order, and then maybe tomorrow I'll be able to sit down and really spend time on the computer or working out on the coop or whatever maybe that needs to get done. But until this house gets straightened up, even if I'm trying to get those things done, I'm just not going to be the mom and the wife that I should be, because clutter and just disorder and mess is one of those trigger things for me. And once I think we realize what those trigger things are and, really spot them and call them out, then we can deal with it instead of just continuing to let them consume us and make us irritable and cranky and not the kind of women that God has created us to be. So I'm going to do that today. That's going to have to be the focus, because it's too much and mama's getting overwhelmed, and that doesn't go well for anyone. What's up?
Turkeys are crying for me.
The turkeys are crying for you?
Uh-huh.
I would say that that's silly, but these 2 girls have carried those turkeys around and treated them like little babies, and those turkeys will sit up at the cage, like wire, and they will look at the girls and just and literally cry for them until the girls show up and snuggle them, and then they will curl up with these girls and fall asleep. That's crazy. So you need turkeys now?
Yes.
Okay, before I can do the cleaning and the things, we need to go get turkeys, apparently.
Ollie likes that. He likes that. Don't you? You can't hide that.
All right, Jen, come here. Jen, what are you doing? Stop, stand there.
Playing my game.
You're playing a game?
Yep.
What game are you playing?
Fun game.
A fun game
Yep.
that involves this setup?
Yes.
Okay.
Gotta be like the stuff.
Yes, go play. I don't want to hold you up. Looks like serious business. I love you. Math. Okay, let's finish math, okay? Is there still mud on those boots that you're now tracking everywhere?
Nope. Oh gosh.
I took your helmet, now I want to see your face.
I Show off.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
All right, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to finish math?
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Turkeys. Turkeys. Are you guys needing loves? Oh. Hello, little turkeys. You want to go play? You want to go? Look at how they come up to the fence. They're so ready to go. Chickens and turkeys running amok. You want both turkeys?
Yep. Jella's out running over there.
Yeah. Chickens on the run?
Yep.
All right, let's get these turkeys. Come on, turkeys.
Look at
Look at
that
how
one.
they follow
Mama,
around.
looks like it's dead.
You passed out asleep.
Yeah.
All right, let's open it up. Come here, turkeys. You want to come snuggle, Lily?
Oh, I know you guys.
Didn't know turkeys were such snugglers.
Mary Jane, don't even think about it. Pickle, yours pukes. What? Oh no, now you're scary. Oh, this? What?
Lola. Oh no, they see I have their food container. Oh gosh, okay, let me get food. Hold on, you little raptors.
Hey, Rita, why are you scaring my turkey?
All right, open it up.
I'm opening it. Hey, Jella. Look at Maxa.
Bring me both of the feeders. Hold on, you crazies. The chicken just jumped over Lola. Feed time at the zoo. Hurry, Jen, hurry. The dinos are starving. Okay, look out.
Good job.
Oh my gosh, you're in the feeder.
Guys, shut up.
It's okay.
They're hungry. They're good. Oh, Bobby, I'm going to have to put on the wash the bud. Oh.
Alright, there you go.
You gotta buy my buddy have some food. We're gonna get food for money. Guys, hold on.
It's okay.
I need to go to thing.
No, open it up. I was going to put a little more in.
Smelly Jay! It's like a forest for chickens. They're all...
Fermented food. It's okay, stop, honey. Don't pull her feathers, Virginia. No, ma'am. Let go of her. Let go of her.
They've almost ate everything. I think they want it left open.
No, we're going to close those.
One
All right.
time I was...
Come here, get your big old booties off it. Ah.
So funny.
Leave it there. Just leave it right there, sweetheart. Stop moving it. Jen, stop. Leave it there.
They don't put music on. You don't want to hold my puppy. Hey, Lola, it's not yours. You're not a chicken, Lola. Hey, Jella, you president of the United Chicken States. Bye. Chicken. That's a turkey. Hi, Rita the Rascal. Rita the Rascal. Big oh, Lola's smelling chicken poop. Oh, Lola! was smelling the chicken's butts, and then she was smelling chicken poop, and ew, Lola. Lola, stop it. Hello, Miss Jella. Lola, you're scaring Jella half to death. Come here, Jella. Oh, why are you scaring him?
Lola.
Smells like my chicken. Doesn't it, Lola? It smells like my chicken.
Lola. So God cracks me up. It's one thing for it to be awesome when everything is working just as you scheduled it and everything's going just fine and there's no big, no big issues, no big bumps in the road. But then you have weeks like this week, sorry for the mess shaking, where it just seems like I can't win. Like I keep trying to get on top of things and to be doing all the stuff, and I just can't do it. I mean, I keep turning around and I'm like, okay, let's get school done, and the next thing we know it's so late, and then I'm trying to stay focused. I'm like, oh my gosh, our house is such a mess right now. I don't know how it happened because I feel like I'm always cleaning, but for some reason there is just like clutter everywhere and I don't even know where it comes from, but it has me frustrated. And then just other things in life happen where you're just kind of getting overwhelmed, and it's like, what the heck am I missing that everything is so overwhelming right now and I just can't get it together? In the midst of all of these things that I'm trying to do, and I'm kind of just in prayer silently as I'm walking around and just kind of like trying to get some tasks handled and tackled, and oh my gosh, then there's this and then there's that. And as I'm doing all this, I go, oh my gosh, the day's halfway through, past halfway through, and I have yet to go to the store. We've been out of laundry soap for like 3 days, and so my laundry soap is backing up, which usually I buy in bulk, so that's never a problem, but here we are. So I'm like, all right, I've got to stop and just get to the store, get the laundry soap hot so that I can get that going and at least, be kind of putting it together. So anyways, I'm walking around. I'm kind of just getting frustrated. We have missed our electives 2 days this week. We've gotten everything else done, but still we're missing the electives, and it's like, oh my gosh, last week we were so on it, and this week already I feel like we're sucking, like we're just not doing good. So it's just kind of frustrating when you're like, oh my gosh, what the heck? I am frustrated, I feel overwhelmed, and I just want to get the stuff done. Like, it's not even like it's that difficult. And I know there are a million other things in this world that are so much more serious and so much more important than me fussing about whatever little things have me overwhelmed today. I know that, I get that. And that's part of what makes me aggravated, with myself. But all of that's happening. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm just trying to get out the door. And I'm trying to think in my head, God has given me so many amazing graces today. Like the baby, sorry about the shaking. The baby so sweetly fell asleep on her brother's lap. He put her into bed and she's napping beautifully. That's such a win. You're trying to get stuff done. You got a bunch of little kids. The baby napping, like huge win. There's my children are healthy. We're home. My husband is feeling better. That inversion table is helping him immensely. All of these things are such great wins. And so I'm walking through my house in prayer, started off because I was overwhelmed. And then I'm just seeing little graces that he's given me. And I'm going, you're right. You're right. Calm down, relax. It's not that big of a deal. So I step outside my door. I'm trying to sneak out quietly. I'm sneaking out from my children so that I can get to the store without having to load everybody up, because I guess we just try not to get out and go to the store often. So if there is ever a time that I do go out, they freak out to come with me. So I'm trying to sneak out quietly. I open the door. 6 chickens come running at me, wanting something. I try to walk to the car and they're all following me. So these are the hens that we had in like a coop. We finally started letting them out, and but we had fencing up to kind of keep them contained, and it's just been, yesterday that we really started kind of letting them go a little more, and then today we were like, okay, they're totally clearing this fence. There's no point to keep it up. We'll let it down. They are now chasing me, like, to the car, following me. Like, what you got? Let's go. What are you doing? So I had to sneak back into the house, grab a piece of bread, sneak back out of the house without drawing even more attention, because now there's like chickens all up at our door and we have a glass door. Sneak back out the door without the dog getting out and the chickens getting in, and no kids noticing. Tear up little pieces of bread and throw them out to the chickens, like in the far opposite direction, so that I can now sneak out away from the chickens to get over to my car, to get in the car, to leave, to get to the store, to get the few items that I need to get so I can get home, try to get something done so that I can be prepared tomorrow to hopefully get to the stuff that I've been needing to get to. Anyways, I know that's, well, hopefully made sense. Maybe it didn't, and I'm just sitting here ranting in my car. But if you ever have those days where you feel overwhelmed and kind of frustrated because social media has a dirty, nasty trick of making it look like somebody else has it so much more together and is doing so well with everything, and you're clearly failing at everything because your day doesn't look like their day, that was kind of the point, I think, behind doing this. One was people ask a lot of questions. How do we use minimalist homeschool? How do we do it? Whatever. Well, why don't we just show you how we do it? And just because we put together a website and I can type up some stuff and share a couple Snapchat, like snaps, a couple pictures of everything happening, doesn't mean that it's like this perfect dream all day long. It means some days you're incredibly stressed, you're broke, you're frustrated, all of a sudden it's 90 degrees instead of like 70, which is just frustrating when you want it to be fall, and you have chickens chasing you down as you try to get in your car and go pick up laundry soap. So that does happen to everyone. And if somebody tries to say that it doesn't happen to them and they have it perfect and it's always put together and it's always Insta-worthy and all of those other things, they're big fat liars. So just don't believe them. And don't look at, you look at other people's, feeds or videos or whatever the heck it is that you look at, and you get that, you either get jealous and want what they have, which obviously isn't right, or you sit there and you get down on yourself. Man, I'm not doing this right. I'm failing as a mom. I'm failing as a homeschool teacher. I'm failing as a wife, as a homekeeper, a small business owner, whatever it may be. You're not failing, because you're perfectly equipped for what God has for you. Even if you're not where you need to be, you are perfectly equipped to get to where you need to be, because He's perfectly crafted you for such a thing. Maybe He hasn't crafted you to be a homeschool mom to, 10 kids while running 3 businesses, whatever. Maybe that's not your path. It's not my path, everybody has different things, but I feel like it's so easy to look at what we have available to us in these little boxes that we carry around and stare at the screens of. It's so easy to look at the other ones and go, oh my gosh, I really need to do better. My house doesn't look like that. My kids don't look like that. My day doesn't look like that. Yeah, well, guess what? Sometimes the day is going a lot worse than you might think. I could have taken a few pictures today of really cute little things and just posted that and said, look how beautiful our day is going, and not shown the, I'm frustrated, I've been out of laundry soap, I need to get to the store, chickens are chasing me down, we didn't get all the stuff done. That could be what I chose to show, but that's a lie. And so, yeah, it's okay. I'm overwhelmed. Maybe you're overwhelmed too. Come hang out. We can be overwhelmed together. But that's the great part in God's grace, is I might be feeling overwhelmed right now, but I can give it all to Him and He has it handled. I can give it to Him and He will give me exactly what I need to overcome being frustrated, being overwhelmed, my house feeling to me just out of control and bothersome. He will handle all of that if only I will give it to Him and let Him take care of it for me, through me, to me. That's all I have to do. So, anyways, I guess I'm more so talking to myself and talking through this, so hopefully it's not just a complete rambling circle. But I am going to run into the store. I am going to grab the few items that I need. I am not going to get distracted by anything else. I'm going to jam home. Luckily, I literally live like on the other side of the mountain from this. And I'm going to get some stuff done and try not to worry about it. So I hope you guys are having a great day. This was really our homeschool day. The rest of it will be probably me cleaning and trying to keep chickens somewhat in order. And then tonight we are going to, my husband decided instead of having our normal meal item, he wants to grill some burgers. We've invited both of my brothers over and we are going to watch with them. We have the Paul movie that they recently made. We just bought it on Amazon. We have watched it probably a dozen times and it is phenomenal. Every time we watch it, we just are like, oh my gosh, they did so good. But we just finished reading through Acts with my younger brothers, and so we've invited both of them to come up and watch that with us tonight because it is so phenomenal. So if you have not already watched that movie, I will put a link to it down below to the if you just want to get it on Amazon and watch it. That's what we do with everything, but it is well worth whatever. I mean, we didn't even rent it, we just purchased it because we had a feeling it would be one we would watch over and over, and yes, money well spent. So that's what we're going to do tonight. His grace is sufficient for me, and hopefully tomorrow we will wake up feeling slightly more relaxed and ready to tackle the day and take on whatever on earth it is that comes up before us then. So hopefully you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day. If there's anything we can do for you, please let me know. If there's anything that I can lift up in prayer for you, please message us, let us know, because we love doing that. I love getting all of your prayer requests and getting to pray over those things for you guys and chat with you. So be sure to send those things over, and this is it for today. Have a good one, guys. All right, one more note I have to share because it's just too cool not to. So especially, we currently are in a season of just a lot of uncertainty as the business that we've always gotten for our business is kind of dwindling down. But it's okay, because I really do feel like God is purposefully doing this as he is transitioning us into going into ministry full time, which doesn't come with a paycheck or any steady form of anything that we would be used to, right? So I have been praying over some things that we were in need of and asking God for his provisions to provide these things. And I had them on my list. But then as I was getting ready to leave, a few additional items had to get added onto the list, and it was just kind of like, I hope we can do it. So just funny, I knew I had an exact amount of money. That was it. The list of things that are all essential items that really, I mean, it was nothing frivolous that we were getting right now. So I get up, I'm trying to keep track of how much, and it's just, I mean, I feel like we're getting really close. And I was like, oh gosh, I hope that's it. And trying to factor in tax and all the other stuff. So I get up and I was like, I'll just ring it all up, see what it comes to. And then if we have to take some off, we'll take some off, but we'll figure that out. I ring it all up, not kidding, to the dollar, the exact amount of money I had on me, exact amount. I mean, I was doing some math to kind of keep track, but it was getting a little shady. So I just grabbed the last couple items and was like, man, when we get up there, I'll figure it out. Exact amount. I was like, you know what? God, you're so unbelievably good. I am telling you what I need. And my faith is that you will provide for me exactly what it is that I need in the exact time that I need it. Here we are. How awesome is that? Guys, that's so cool. So cool. I know we know that, but knowing that and living that, sometimes I feel like we have a disconnect. So today, just walking in, after rambling to my phone about being frustrated that I'm going to post publicly on the internet for he only knows who to see, and then to walk into the store, have to get the things that I had asked him for, I made sure to get those, and then having to get some additional things that are still things we needed, but they weren't the specific things I had asked him for, so he even knew the things that would have to be added on, and to the dollar was exactly what I had. So anyways, I had to share that because God is amazing in more ways than I could ever count, and I just thought that was really, really cool. So I have here in my bag exactly what I came in for, exactly what we needed. I am gonna go home and enjoy some time of praise in my own way by doing the things that that I need to do and that I feel now. So super cool. Just wanted to share that.